And I guess I'll introduce this as how many of you people hunt or go out in the mornings or late at night and end up having to load or unload a four-wheeler, and you of course do it by your cargo lights on your truck. That's not an impossibility. But if you happen to ever be alone or be the last one out of the woods and you don't have cell phone service, you can get stranded sometimes. If you just happen to be late getting to the woods and you got your cargo light on, you're getting dressed and that sort of thing, and trying to remember your vest and your hat and your gun and whatever, and next thing you know, you hop on and you go and you've left your cargo light on, you come back to a dead battery. Well, I've seen that happen to other folks, come close to doing something like that to myself. So I hunt a lot during the weekdays sometimes when the woods are quiet. So I'll show you a little project that I did a couple years ago. The yellow box is U-bolted to the frame, and in it is a little motorcycle battery, and I'll show you that in just a second. And right over there, look in the edge of that frame, you see a little PM light. Now it's amber. I got some red and some amber. Those are just running lights. And I added them in there and wired them up, and they're just wired to this local battery. And it works pretty good. I would have used clear, but I couldn't find any place local had clear. Last year, I guess about the second or third year I've had this thing on here, I did turn my wheel into one and I busted a lens out of it. And so I've ordered some, and by the time I get a minimum order, I've got enough to last me a lifetime, but I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm fixing to go to work, take the four-wheeler off, and that'll give you a better look at how the lights are set, and I'll unlock that battery box right there. And that's just a cheap discount toolbox that I drilled some holes in and mounted up, put a little cable around it just so maybe somebody won't steal my battery if they happen to see my truck hit the road. And anyway, I'll open her up and show you what they look like. Let's see inside the battery box. At the top, I do keep a couple of fuses in this little doohickey there. Let me close that down. Loosen the top to come on over. And you see, to make the mount, it's just a piece of angle iron with a U-bolt holding down through the top. It just goes around the frame. Do that on both sides. Put a little fuse in line because you don't want to set your truck on fire in case you ever get shorted out or get water in there, or bust the light, that sort of thing. Just a little 25 amp fuse, 20 amp fuse rather, and a little 25 amp switch there. We're not going to draw near that. We just run the fuse. Bring the wire up through the bottom, so if it gets water in it, she'll drain out. No big deal. Motorcycle battery. Doesn't take a genius to figure that out, and of course I qualify for not being a genius. You want to run your battery overflow, drill a hole and bring in out the box just in case it ever does boil over, although you're not really charging it, so you don't really have that condition, but you do when you get back to the house eventually. You want to trickle charge it every now and then. Now you see what I got is 6 lamps. And in a minute I'll go in there and open the box and see if these replacement lenses fit the bodies that are already on there. Well, there's my box with sufficient numbers of spare lenses, and they just change right on out. And as you can see, we ought to be good to go. Next time we'll have to load or unload in the dark. My camera doesn't work in low light, so I'll just have to give it a little demo. That does. You just turn them on, and you see them working there. I just have to get you to trust the imagination that these things do a quite fine job in the dark of the night. This is a water pipe I take a little crap sometimes for some of the stuff I come up with, but if you've got your four-wheeler on your little short trailer, as this one is, real short trailer, they're not too hard to see to back up because you can see something. But when there's nothing on that trailer, they're kind of hard to see. And I'll tell you right now, before I tear up my trailer, I'll admit, I can't always see where the back end was. So I came up with this scrap just one day laying in the garage. I said, well, I can fix that. So all I did was this little piece of C-channel at the back. I guess we need to put a 2x back there for like a little baby tailgate. Just drilled some holes, bolted her down with some 1/4-20s. There's nothing in it, no wiring or anything, but and up top is just a cap to keep the bugs and the dirt and the crap from getting in it. And a little bit of your truck stick-on trailer reflector, and I run a little bit across the bottom. It makes it show up a little bit better, and it helps me to see when I'm backing it up or backing it to put in the garage with or without a four-wheeler on it.